wet my incense stick. Come take a walk with me. I don't want to leave that burning. Yeah, that's a good way to start fire, yeah. Don't need any of that. Not here. The owls were hooting and hollering whenever I came out here. Honestly, I didn't even care. To be completely honest, I'm like, you know. It's so cold. Oh, no, not. A little extra hormone-y, yeah. I don't know how to, like, put that. Other than, just seems like a time when you, like, hide off to yourself and you say very little, yeah. Because everything's going to aggravate you. The netherworld's going to aggravate you. People are going to aggravate everything, right? And on top of that, you may not be feeling the best. But my first thought was, I was in there and I was making my coffee, and I've got to go. I turned on my car the other day whenever I was leaving work, and my headlight is out. And I thought to myself, have you ever seen anybody change a headlight before in your life? Like, think about it. Like, when you were growing up, like, when you're around people, the headlights exist, they're there, but you've never seen anyone change one, right? Like, you've never heard anyone in your, like, circle or anything be like, I gotta go change a headlight today. Like, you know, like it exists, but until you have to change one, it just really doesn't register to the brain. But yeah, my low beams are out, so I'm gonna replace both of them, even though only one of them's out. I hate it when people. First off, I hate those fucking LED lights on cars, but second, I hate it when people have like one bright ass headlight and then the other one's just, wasn't changed at the same time. So we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I could convert my car to LED headlights if I wanted very easily with an adapter, but all the bulbs in my house that I keep on are Edison style bulbs. Yeah. They say Edison, but it's Tesla. Yeah. Tesla bulbs. Yeah. Warm bulbs, different filaments. Yeah. I'm really not motivated to go and do any of that in town. I'll probably wait until like closer to like 10 or 11 to go do it, so I just don't have to deal with people. Yeah, the sky was interesting today. It's another medium for me to use to like navigate what's what, where's what. Yeah. Whatever I put together is certainly going to show up in the environment, right? Like if my focus is a very, let's say I delve into something with a lot of nasty energy in it, which I was, right? Then it'll be shown to me what surrounds that, what's the energy behind the creation of it, or um, yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me, right? If you think back to the Paris Olympics, yeah, how they had that little Voyager B or whatever, right? It sort of kind of looked like that, right? But I always get, I don't want to say it, Lord of the Flies vibes, yeah. And I did record that Nabe at a political rally. I did. I was just going to observe the frequency. I was quite astonished at what they're doing. What they did, I was so astonished. I was like, wow. These people are here, right? And they're so pumped up for what they're. This is the problem. Like, people are so focused on, like, the obvious or whatever holds their attention or is meant to hold their attention, yeah. That they completely neglect everything else around it, right? That's why one of my used to be my old favorite YouTubers. Now he is good for like technical data, like, but he always focuses on, and I've sent him some really wild stuff, but nobody's ready to see all that, you know. This was a long time ago. Now I don't watch him as much, right? But whenever I was first collecting, like keeping up with my um, work and stuff, it was helpful to see what other people were sending in from around the world, right? But now I don't. I hardly ever entertain that because he gets focused on the shiny thing in the sky instead of like the bigger picture, right? I'll put it this way, yeah. So you know how like an Egyptian, whatever, like there's these little Egyptians, even in Sumer, even in all the ancient stuff, right? There's like these little people, and then it gets bigger and bigger, like, and then there's these bigger people, like all in the same like picture, right? People need to look at the sky, the atmosphere like that, right? Because that's how I started painting, right? Like I knew to like look at the little, and then I would be like, oh, that looks scary, and I'd look at it a little bit broader. It's sort of like teaching your eyes to see, like from a microscopic level, and then you bring the lens up until you see the bigger, the whole. Yeah, but people don't see that way. They weren't taught to see that way. They don't work to see that way. Yeah. Mm. I do want to bring up like the Egyptian topic. So yesterday, like I come out here, I lit some incense, and there's some rumblings about the ancient, right? Clear as day. Would be great for everyone here, I guess. Yeah, but I get so caught up in dealing with the energy, right? Like that I get irritated, erase it so that I can record new, so that we can make progress, so I can make progress in my space, right? Or, uh, or it could just simply be discretion, right? But it went from that topic to like some other stuff, yeah, that really fucking aggravated me. And you may think I'm being dramatic, but no, let me tell you something. This thing has been harassing me for God knows how long, yeah. Scaring the shit out of me, yeah. Choking me in my sleep, yes. Like whenever I would have dreams of like throwing up blood and glass, like, and that thing just laughing at me, like it did that whenever I lived in Savannah and worked at the little organic store, right? During the time whenever I was like in all that pain or whatnot. Like, it also did it another time whenever I went back to Tennessee, right? To Pigeon Forge. And I was chaperoning my best friend, right? He, somewhere in the span of people having their own lives, right? Like, became uh, an alcoholic that eventually put himself in a coma, yeah. But he needed somebody to chaperone him so that he could go see his mother, who was sick with cancer. And so I went with him. And in the hotel that night, like, that thing showed up again. And once again, I was throwing up blood and glass. And the thing is I could feel that. I could feel it like it's real. See it, right? And scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me so much I went and sat in the lobby and didn't want to go back in there. And I was so worried that I did something wrong, right? Like I was so worried that I did something out of order, right? Like this shit'll drive you mad if you're not careful, right? I've gotten better about this, like, or not focusing so much on that. That it always has to be something that I've done, right? Or didn't do, you know? But I was afraid that I like grabbed the wrong creamer or something, just the littlest dumbest shit, right? For this to have occurred. Well, then I was recording like, oh, well, after that, right? I went to the river where I put my mom's ashes. And the next day, that shit scared me so much. I spent the whole next day like praying on the river, right? Like, and I looked up in the sky and it was just filled with fucking snakes. Yeah, and Egyptian shit. All Egyptian shit. All Egyptian shit. No shit. And an owl and then a goat by the end of the day. Yeah. I rented a room. I rented a room to myself. I didn't even go to his parents' house, even though I'm like really close with his parents. Like, I'd seen them months earlier, anyways, like by myself. So, um, whenever I went for a visit, so, uh, anyways, we were getting. He had booked Greyhound tickets, right? Like, we walked everywhere in Savannah, right? City, you walk, like public transport, whatever, ride a bike. We get there and it's like really early in the morning. And I fucking swear You could have heard. You know how I was showing you the other day, like everything's noisy and then there's like nothing, right? And that's what it was like. Like it was noisy and then all of a sudden there was nothing. And these guys walk in suits and they're handing out like these pamphlets, right? You know, I don't deal with people's like religious whatever. I just don't, right? Like I do not need another man to tell me like what to believe, what to think, nothing, you know, or how to be, right? So I like thought that was really fucking odd. It was eerie. And I didn't take their like little pamphlet or what. I think it was like one of those weird like Scientology or like whoever the Hubbard is related to, right? So we get on the bus and I'm recording like the sky again because it is just too fantastical still, right? And I hear like this change drop like in the environment, in the atmosphere, right? Like it just sounded like change dropping on the ground. And I heard that grumbly whatever laugh again. Yeah. So for a long time, right? There was this invisible thing that was just hell bent on terrorizing me, right? Like in Savannah, he would tell me I shouldn't be eating like hamburger meat and all this other stuff. And of course, a lady would interject and be like, you don't need to be telling her what to eat. Like, and one night I dreamt that I threw up a chicken bone, right? And so I didn't eat chicken for a long time. I don't know why all this was spurred. A lady at work uh, gave me 4 packs of Impossible ground beef, right? Like I was vegan for a while, for a long time, like in Savannah, yeah. And nobody in her house eats it. And she was like, "Hey, do you eat this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I haven't been wanting any meat." I was like, "I haven't been eating meat, so yeah, I'll definitely take that." Like, you know. But I'm gonna tell you something. One night, I went and then I like, it was a long time I was vegan. Yeah, a long time. Yeah, I lost. I was so skinny. Yeah, gauntly looking almost. Yeah, I was in great shape until my fucking neck injury. Right, till my fucking neck injury. Because it was over a year that I couldn't like. I was throwing around 40-pound boxes all day long, every day. That's my job, right? I was fucking, yeah, like, but I did see a lizard say that they were going to take over all the vegans, yeah. So if you're wondering about that whole vegan agenda, I don't know why it's related to that or whatever, but that's what I saw. Fucking dinosaur was like, we'll be able to take over all the vegans. Sort of like once you hit a certain frequency or vibration, then they can like whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's just something that I saw. I thought I would like whatever comes to my mind, right? This is the chaos recording. It's whatever's on my brain. I did record something that said that like whenever I reversed it or whatever, that talking about when Jesus ruled and all this other stuff, right? And there was something about a library, right? A specific library, and a snake being in the way. Snakes in the way. Yeah. don't know, I heard something about someone banished Jesus or something like that. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know about y'all, but I feel like this world is seriously lacking the fucking right, like, morals. And that was part of my, like, go off argument the other day, right? Was that, and I think this was part of the overall lesson, right? Was that, I feel like a lot of good people run around and they wonder that, or think that they're doing something wrong, right? Like, if you're doing all the right things and you're not getting anywhere, then it must be something that you're doing, right? That is, or not doing, that's causing you to lack the progress, right? In this world. No, no. After all this time, I finally realized what this world was, right? It had nothing to do with me not doing the right things. It's because I do the right things, and that isn't what this world operates on, yes? But it's much more convenient for me to believe that it is my fault through some silly little whatever, yeah? For grabbing the wrong creamer, or like, you know, just whatever silly little thing that I think that was trivial, right? That caused all of this excessive, like, attack, yeah? So now, when they come into my space talking that shit, I just simply remind them who the real fucking problem is, right? The people who run around and fucking hurt children, the people who fucking cause others to starve, the people who don't operate from the heart space instead of a I'm taking order space, or this is my job space, or all of the shit that like lacks the shit that you're supposed to have, right? All that Jesus shit people run around talking about, right? We can learn the characteristics of this Jesus, yes, right? And then you can evaluate the world and then see that, yeah, it is severely lacking. Yeah. All right. Because knowing somebody who knows somebody to get something does absolutely nothing for the fucking poor. There's a lot of talk about orphans and the poor, and look how the world treats those people. Right. And you know what else is really bad about that is that those people are the ones that were abused. They're the ones who need the most love and the most help, the most caring. They would have been people that Jesus cared about, but today it's just an inconvenience, right? It's just an aggravation to your day. It's an aggravation to your eyes. It's an right? Yeah, this world is completely fucked. Yeah. So I just reminded them that all the things that they have done, like created homelessness, created poorness, uh, the pedophiles, yeah, and all that wicked shit, yeah, that their species absolutely deserves to be extinct for all of this shit that they have done. Yes, silence. You should have heard it. Silence. I was like, oh, is that what it takes? Is that what it takes? Like, don't get it twisted, yeah? Like, they can't even follow their own fucking rules, yeah? Even on a governmental thing, right? What do you think the fucking military is, right? If you if you kill somebody, then you're going to jail. But hey, sign up and go do it for the government. It's okay, right? The fuck? All right, logic ain't logic.